second-hand for men and fathers, child and maternal. Zaynab, Fridays, 12:15 p.m. on 99.3 Nigeria Info on Maternity Line Show, an all-encompassing medium for every woman, mothers and intending mothers.
Good afternoon, Lagos. Welcome to Maternity Line Show on 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Zaynab Yekeen. Today, Lagos, I ask you this question. How does a woman keep nurturing life while she is fighting for her own survival? Yes, that's the question I'm asking today on the show. How a woman keep nurturing life while she's fighting for her own survival? Yes, it's a conversation to be had here on 99.3 Nigeria Info Maternity Line Show, because this is also a conversation that many shy away from. Yet more than 15 million Nigerian women are living it every day. Yes, is the that over 15 million Nigerian women are living with every day. Yes, that's according to MBS, National Bureau of Statistics. Yes, research, right? You might be wondering, why am I opening with research with statistics today, which is maybe unusual. I know. Reason is because we are having a very important discussion today, and that discussion is the plight of widows in the face of motherhood. Yes, I'm due for a break in less than a minute, but before I go, Lagos, I'd love to urge you to be a part of this conversation. Go over to our website at www.nigeriainfo.fm. Also follow us across our social media platforms. Twitter, that's X, formerly Twitter, at Nigeria Info FM. On Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos. Also like our page on Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3. Yes, also on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can as well catch up with Maternity Line podcast on the website. Just click on the listen again. You'll find all the past episodes, among others, right there on the website. Lagos, I'll be right back right after this timeout. Here.
Wait, how do you find this money? It's not someone that is settled that will have money to save, and even if you manage to invest, rates are, and one can lose money in all these crypto, NFT, blockchain, and so on.
Introducing Fund 724. It's a simple solution to all your money goals. With as low as 1,000 naira or that urgent 2K in your pocket, you can start saving with Fund 724 and solid returns on your investment, and you can withdraw your money from your account for free anytime you like. Just dial *724# on your mobile phone and
so you need to download an app, join a queue.
dial started. Fund available 24/7. Guaranteed subsidiary guaranteed LC. Regulated Commission.
Says I'm beautiful, I'm fashionable, and to
E dey tasty. E and nothing. E get vitamins A, E, B1, B9, B12 and zinc. Na original Naija yogurt. Abeg, make una throw away salute for yogurt. Abeg, go Jolly Mento, the new Fine Yogurt drinking shot. Fine Yogurt, original Niger yogurt.
Hey, now Rabi, my teeth strong, my mouth is fresh, he clean well, oh, now Oral-B. Strong teeth Oral-B, fresh bread Oral-B, 24/7 with Oral-B. Strong teeth Oral-B.
On our teeth 24 hours protection. Use Oral-B today. Na Nigerian Dental Association. Tagidigba with Oral-B.
Did you know?
You know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know? Did you know? Those are facts we bet you never knew. Right here on Nigeria Info 99.3.
Did you know that you can't fold a piece of A4 paper more than 8 times? As the number of layers doubles each time, the paper rapidly gets too thick and too small to fold. The current world paper folding record belongs to California high school student Brittany Gallivan, who in 2002 managed to fold a 1.2 kilometer long piece of tissue paper 12 times.
The piece of the puzzle now revealed. Keep questioning, keep listening. Only on Nigeria Info 99.3. This is not just a debate. It's a battle of minds. A clash of brilliance. A war of words. And only one champion. One true champion will rise. The regional champions are ready. The stage is set. The stakes higher than ever before. Catch the Ibecta Dipper National Finals live on all Nigeria Info FM and Kids FM stations nationwide. It's intellect, it's passion, it's the future in action. Debate redefined. The IBT National Tournament begins August 11th, 2025. Only on Nigeria Info FM and Kids FM nationwide. For sponsorship, call 0805-581-5844 or email ibectadipper@nigeriainfo.fm. Ibectadipper, the tournament of champions.
To take control of the money where you dey make and wetin go happen next na the koko of life o. For plenty people there, how to manage their money dey start with how dem dey run things with their partner. But true, plenty sense dey inside family planning. When you do family planning, you go fit to use Confido take dey run things with your partner on that. You go get plenty joy as money wey you dey make go reach your health and your well-being go dey protected. No standard dey go make your body with plenty people the joy wey dey inside your family planning for Lagos. Remember say you fit to choose from different plans wey dey available and it for your future. Visit your health center today. Oya, make this now. Make your future dey full with happiness and a good health. The Challenge Initiative TCI and Development Communications Network DEFCOMS do this message.
Hey, yeah, Oral-B, with Oral-B, it's strong, my mouth clean well, oh, now Oral-B. Strong teeth Oral-B, fresh bread Oral-B, 24/7 with Oral-B. Strong teeth Oral-B.
Give on our teeth 24-hour protection. Use Oral-B today. Na Nigerian Dental Association. Tagidigba with Oral-B.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
This is
Maternity Line.
Maternity.
Lagos, be a part of this conversation. I was telling you right before the commercial a break, that the conversation today is the plight of widows in the face of motherhood, essentially highlighting struggles, hardship Nigerian widows go through. This conversation from the lens, right? I'm not doing this alone, by the way. I do have my guest online who have just joined me on the show. Good afternoon, Madam Foluke. Ademokun. Can you hear me? Hello, Mrs. Ademokun.
Thank you for having me. I can hear you. Good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon. So, Lagos, hearing the voice of executive.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you for
to have you on the show. You just heard the coordinator, Ayisat Afolabi Foundation, AAAF, with the primary focus on widows and orphans, empowerment, among other humanitarian charitable activities. Madam Ademokun is the member of the board of trustees, Widows Coalition in Nigeria. That's WACIN, Secretary of the Board of Trustees, the Netherlands Institutions Alumni Association of Nigeria, NIA. Also, AAAF, Ajoke Ayisat Afolabi, is a registered non-for-profit committed to the education of vulnerable children, and particularly Nigeria. It's more than that. We have to just shorten it. I also have Mrs. Confidence Dede. She's a widow supported by since 2018. They will be speaking on the show, so stay listening, Nigeria, Lagos. All right. Now, I love before fully. I love to read here, according to the United Nations. Experience from the past shows that widows denied inheritance have their property grabbed after the death of partners and can face extreme stigma and discrimination. Imagine this is the harsh reality of millions of widows across the world, by the way, but especially in Nigeria. Okay, it's not funny. Okay, also the UN fact sheet estimated that nearly 1 in 10 of the over 258 million widows globally live in extreme poverty. And part of the reason we are having this discussion today, how can we as an individual, as a group, as a society support the Nigeria widows? Okay, saying the show, can you hear me already? Okay.
Yes, please, I can hear.
Okay, Lagos, if you have any question, please feel free. Or have question on this conversation, feel free to do so. You know of any widow suffering, struggling with motherhood right now? Do you even think a widow should ever have to choose between remarrying and keeping home or also someone you know watched a young mom slide into poverty after losing their spouse? What helped them most? Should states adopt a special health insurance? This is I'm going, by the way. Should states adopt a special health insurance lane for widows and their children? Millions of widows in Nigeria are struggling right now. Now, let me go to my guest right away. Now, Madam Foluke, as coordinator NGO that has the sense of WALKING, even working as well, yes, with widows over the years, and as someone who has been working for over decades that the NGO has been in operation. Tell us, when a widow knocks on your office door, what is the single biggest crisis she brings? I mean, that's part of what.
How much question again? I didn't quite catch that question.
Okay. When a widow knocks on your door, on your office door, what is the single biggest crisis or challenge she's going through? We appear to be having.
Thank you so much. And first,
we are experiencing.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, but you seem far away.
Hello.
And please do not forget to put your video.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's better now. You sounded far away, but it's better now. You, ma'am.
Yeah, some have that, but you can hear me now.
Yes, very well. Yes, please.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for your question. Yes, and I also want to thank you for highlighting the issue of widows, because this is the first place we started from, just to highlight, make widows more. Well, come to us. The first thing they came looking for, because that's what we do, to see how their children can go to school.
Children.
Because that's, it's form of priority for them. They live in poverty, and they don't want to remain in the cycle of poverty. Then, see, is that they want to access some of them, their husbands were the ones bearing the sole or major responsibility of household income. So when the husband left and there's nobody, to support, then they realize to work for themselves. So they need to get some kind of skills. So they come to us for that. Because like you rightly said, some are deprived of inheritance, would not have funds to pay rent, because remember the husband was the one paying, and in some cases the husbands were the only ones working. Widows were not working. There were husbands who told their wives to work, not knowing that maybe death will come sooner than it did. But they will come and they're looking, how do I get a place to accommodate myself? And sometimes they also come, health reasons. Widows who are sick, because they have sufficient money because of the rising cost, because to health infrastructure and services, they are looking for who to support, the cost of health. So majorly, the children tuition, payment, economic empowerment, housing, and even legal services. They want us to link them up, with a provider, like a legal services provider, because there were men who did interstate. There was no will. There were some who had, issues with the gratuity of their husband. So, and sometimes in the cases of violence against widows themselves, maybe by or violence against widows' children, maybe by landlords or neighbors, these are the issues that widows bring in. We do try our best to see what we can do about it.
Thank you so much for your response. Now, you've said a lot. Part of some of the things widows come to you for is their children, sometimes for economic empowerment, find housing, legal service, among others. And part of what you also mentioned was that when they come, they also, and they put all this request forward, you do the best you can as AAAF, that's a Ayisat Foundation. I will be saying AAAF to us to ensure that these yes. But there was a striking point that you mentioned, and I was thinking to myself, is this to put the Nigerian widows in a bad light, quote and unquote? You said before they need to work for themselves. I understand that over 60% of working women in Nigeria are engaged in informal sector, sort of strict trading, farming, catering, and all of that. But is this to from your own perception and from your own experience and from the experience of the widows that you have encountered, come to your office, is it that widows are not economically empowered, generally speaking? Is it that these women, majority of these women, are always relying on their husband? Madam Foluke,
thank you so much.
Let me get this right first. Wait, are you driving? Are you driving? Huh?
Well, I'm not the one driving, but I'm in a vehicle.
Oh, because you are not shaky as you.
The Nigerian roads, so otherwise you shouldn't know that I'm not driving, but because our roads are bad, you see, we will run into. I'm not the one driving.
Okay, now let me have you respond to that question.
Yeah. What I was, you were asking about the economic.
Right? Yes, please.
Yeah, the widows who will come to us, they are widows who are economically deprived. Maybe widows, usually who are the who are low income earners or not gainfully employed, or widows who fell into poverty at the demise of their husband. For instance, no matter how rich a couple was, if the husband died intestate, if the woman did not have access to that the husband had, or provided while he was alive, she becomes automatically poor. She falls what she likes to fall into the category of help. If a widow does not have, a network of support, what I mean by network of support is that you may not be rich, but you have maybe friends or uncles or family members who are rich and are willing to provide access to that work. Then you have something. That is what we look at for women, widows. What we are talking about vulnerability, and thank you for asking this question because it brings in the issue of vulnerability. When you see a widow, for instance, she's not educated, she does not have education, she's not gainfully employed, she does not have access to then that widow is highly vulnerable. And most of the times, this where you find widows, most of the time. Because even though, I don't want to mention it, even though we have married time, maybe big men or in quote, men who were, men or men, they died. We have seen in this country that they had to fight to gain access. And if for any reason fight, they will end up impoverished. So that is it. Every widow is likely to fall into the category that you described.
All right.
If we don't have, if there are no structures to help support.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Now, I'd love for us to. Oh, you appear to be speaking.
Most of the widows, they fall into that category.
Okay. Madam Foluke, please, if you can, give us at least, you're aware of this even before yesterday, you can give us a stable 5 to 10 minutes because I'm enjoying everything you are saying, but start making, even the positioning of your face and everything. I feel awkward about the entire thing, but thank you so much at least for being a guest on the show today. Please, if you can do 5, 7, 10 minutes, it would be great. Thank you so much. Now, I'd love for us to bring in Mrs. Dede, that's Confidence Dede, a widow supported by AAAF NGO. Mrs. Confidence, can you hear me? Mrs. Confidence? Hello? Okay, if you can just come on, let's hear your voice. Let us be a part of this conversation. Do you think society is fair enough with widows, especially widows who are also mothers struggling with survival? You heard what Mrs. Foluke said the other time, that most of the widows who come to them are either seeking for their children's tuition fee or for economic empowerment. Sometimes, I mean, a lot of times for legal service and all of that. So clearly, Nigerian widows are vulnerable and we can do better with regard to this. By the way, Monday, that's June 23rd, was World Widow Day. And while the Minister of Women Affairs was speaking during the celebration of the Widow's Day, she did say, Minister of Women Affairs is Mrs. Iman Sulaiman. She said the echo through silence, her spirit is in her heart the strength of motherhood and the courage of survival. She's weak. She's the soul of resilience. You see, she carries the strength of motherhood in her heart. She's the resilience. And I love the fact that I've been able to clarify with Madam Foluke to know whether most of these widows are unemployed before the death of partner. She did say, even no matter how rich a couple may be during the lifetime of the husband, situation happens which also subject the wife to. Please, we need your 2 cents on this conversation. The numbers to call 0201277093, 0201465790. WhatsApp number 009597480 is the number to forward your message. Now, Mrs. Foluke Ademokun, you are not a lawyer nor a human rights activist, right? But your work with AAAF gives you direct experience with the economic, legal, and psychological struggles. Oh, okay. It appears Mrs. Confidence has joined us, but I'll complete this question before I come to her. Now, I was saying that your work with AAAF gives you direct experience with economic, legal, and psychological struggles widows face in Nigeria. Now, what's your view on how legal and social systems are treating Nigerian widows? Please hold on. Let me bring Mrs. Dede in before you respond. Now, Mrs. Dede, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, now tell us.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining. Talk to us. Take us back to that first month. When you lost your husband. What changed overnight for you and your children? By the way, she's a mother of 5, Lagos. Did you get my question?
It brought so many changes. Yes. I said it brought so many changes in my life.
Yes, we heard you. Go ahead.
Like the financial aspect and all aspect. I will just name those. I will just on those aspects.
Okay.
The financial aspect is there are some things we were able to do as couples then together. But when I lost him, I was with the little I was doing.
Talk to us. Go ahead. Oh, okay. Madam Foluke, let's have you. let's have you respond to my question. Mrs. Confidence Internet is not stable, I can tell. Foluke? Okay. Let me just buy time. I wait for them to read. Don't forget to be a part of the winner. Is still going. Mr. Ayo K. He is in support with a sum of 10,000 almost every 2 weeks fortnightly. Yes, so and we still have some money right now to buy diapers to give our mothers. I do have a call. Let me pick it. Good afternoon.
Hi, Lady Jane.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Oboli.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I don't know why the network is not stable because we're really enjoying today's discussion. But I have a question for your guest in case she comes back online.
All right.
Nigerian society is certainly not kind to the plight of the widows. Hence, the vulnerability that widows face presently. So my question to her would be, should the widow be stigmatized by society for any reason? Or should they not be allowed to remarry? And are they supposed to be threatened for forfeiture, of their late husband's inheritance? Should they consider remarriage? Because we discovered that most times that is what obtains presently. It's either the family of the late of the demise. They start contending with them that if you're going to remarry, then there will be forfeiture. Or marry his. I think in this age and time, it should be brought to all sorts. But I would really love her, her mindset on this. Hence the question. So,
yes, you said, should a widow not be allowed to marry for the fear of forfeiture of property, essentially?
Exactly. And should they be stigmatized the way they are facing this vulnerability? It's therefore that they are widows. It's just chance and then they found themselves in this situation.
Thank you.
Amazing job. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Oboli. Take this on WhatsApp. Mrs. Foluke, I hope you can hear me. You may have to receive that question right after this time out. I'm about to observe. But before then, I have this message from Fendi Mediata, Austin, Texas. He says, good morning, Zaynab. It's afternoon here in Nigeria. I think husbands should take out life insurance policies whilst they are alive to take care of their wife and the children in an event of anything happens to the man. The wife should be made beneficiary to his policy so the future of the family is secured. This shouldn't be made known to anyone but the wife. Thank you so much, Fendi. We'll be right back, Lagos. Stay here.
Nigeria Info will be right back.
Hey, yeah. With Orabi, but it's strong, my multi friend. Clean well, oh, now Orabi. Strong it Orabi. Spread Orabi. 24/7 with Orabi. Strong it Orabi.
At it 20 hours. Use Orabi today. Dental Association. Tada B.
It's tasty, creamy, and nourishing. It's original Niger yogurt. It's Fan Yogo. Go for the new Fan Yogo drinking yogurt. Fan Yogo, original Niger yogurt.
Tried calling in. Send. You've wanted to share your thoughts, your opinions, and make your voice heard.
But time always runs out. You never get the opportunity.
Now you have a chance.
Voice of the people on 99.3.
Everybody. Voice of the people.
Record your opinion on any 30 seconds.
Speak up. Say your piece. Raise your concern. Voice of the people. Send a 30-second video from a quiet place for the best audio.
Send the voice of the people 30 seconds on social media at Nigeria.
Voice of the people. 3 Nigeria Info.
Nigeria.
All right. We have just about 3 minutes. Oh my goodness. This conversation is personal to me because a friend of mine recently lost her husband. Jamala is just about 40 years, about 30, 37, 2. And how much she's having to, to struggle with motherhood and the rest of them. So this conversation is very important to me. Madam Foluke, please, did you hear the question Mrs. Oboli asked before we went on break and the one I asked you? Kindly attend to them. Oh.
Yes, thank you so much. I think the question from the both of you is just the foundation of the issues that widows have. First, I want to answer her question. The thing is that widows should not wait for anyone to validate them. That the discrimination, cultural discrimination that widows we face as men is also going into the issues of widowhood. And widows themselves need to step back, and society should join them. Nobody should apart from the time that you are underage, nobody should be responsible for telling you when or when not to marry. Because we know that in this same society, when a man is widowed, it's the same society that could be to go and get married. That's what we see. The same society will be advising a man go and get married. They will even go ahead and bring a wife for the man that has just recently lost the wife. So we as a society should frown at that. I encourage everyone who has a widow, please talk to the widow and make sure that you work out what is good for the widow. If it is good for somebody to go get married, I don't think because somebody else died, we should stop. And I also do not think that when the man dies, the woman should be accused of killing the man. Because that's where the societal issues we are talking about, is from. And also, we must be aware that legally, at least there's a Supreme Court, judgment that says women and female daughters are entitled to inheritance. So there are laws, even the VAP law talks about, the different aspects of violence, against women, not just widows. So we should, follow the law as a society. We should, not discriminate against a person on account of their gender, gender discrimination. For a man to be married of his wife, woman to get married after the. So we should avoid, a double standard when it comes to men and women in this country. That is the problem we are having. Discrimination against one gender on account of their gender. And I don't think it is right. So it's a fight for all of us. Media is getting involved in this. I think we as community, we as women, we as society, as government should also make life there.
We have to go. We will have to go. Thank you so much for your time. Unfortunately, we were able to get Mrs. Dede, Confidence Dede, but you heard the very first word she said. Life was hard when she lost her husband. And a mother of 5 since 2011 that she lost her husband. Be with her and entire family. I'll sure reach. Thank you so much, Lagos. I'm sorry, time has gone. It's time for the news update right now, and the fair is live at the studio. Please stick around.
Let us stand in the gap for you and connect you to the rest of the world.
Minister Sergei visiting
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens.